Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I know most of you, and most of you know me. Welcome here. There is one common denominator today, and that is property investment. Now, the older people might remember a gentleman by the name Rolf Harris, an Australian gentleman, and I use the word gentleman even though he freely admitted that he was not that. He told an anecdote when he visited South Africa probably 3 decades ago. Rolf Harris was a stand-up comedian from Australia. And he explained that he was, during the flight to South Africa, very interested in one of the hostesses. And he found this young lady very alluring. And he pestered her for all sorts of drinks and bites, and he did not quite realize that he was being a pest and a nuisance. And he mentioned afterwards that he found her to be an exceptionally patient person who showed him a lot of courtesy, because she kept on telling him to footsack. And he couldn't understand why she insisted on trying to offer him socks. The reason why this little anecdote always interests me is because today we will hear many opinions, and many expert opinions at that. As I said, the common denominator being property investment, it is in fact a multidisciplinary field. We will hear today from Mr. Jacques de Tooy, representing Absa Bank, about the steps that, tongue-in-cheek, should be taken not to get in a position where your bank tells you to footsack. And we will hear from Gert on the bond origination topic, what to do to avoid your bank telling you to footsack, or any other bank. The interesting thing is, if I have to ask you here today, did anybody never in their life hear the word footsack? And did anybody of you here today confuse that with a pair of socks? The importance from my perspective is, even though we live in an international economic community, and even if Brexit and Donald Trump has or have an influence on us, it is still a reality that here in South Africa we have very unique and specific conditions, and we have to live with it, and we have to make use and take advantage of our very unique circumstances. So thank you for all of you who attended, and welcome here. And without further ado, I'll ask Jacques to give us some more information about the present economic climate from the banking perspective. Thanks, Jacques.